What is going on, you guys, and welcome to another video of the Joyful Black Boy. I'm the Joyful Black Boy himself, and today we have a very interesting topic to talk about, and I cannot wait to walk you guys through it. Cannot wait. And the reason I'm so giddy like an 8th grade schoolgirl is because today I get to actually show you guys what I've been working on these past few months. There's been a lot of change going on in my life, and if you've been following my YouTube channel, you know that I've just recently moved to San Francisco. I got a new job, but I didn't really tell you guys what my job really entails. So I currently work as the marketing manager for the Connection Practice, which is a wellness habit that allows people to live happily with themselves and others. And this practice is housed under the Razul Foundation International, which is an international nonprofit. This practice has changed so many people's lives, including yours very own. And I'm not just saying that from a marketing standpoint because, yeah, I can sell you some stuff, all right? I can sell you some stuff. If you need somebody to sell you some things, I got you. I don't know about drugs, but I got you in other areas. Yeah. We just gonna have to check and see what those areas are, some clarification before we move forward. But yeah, I can sell you anything. Just about. But anyway, I don't have to sell this, you guys. This product really kind of sells itself. And besides the point, this videos, if I'm making any connection practice videos, it's not to sell you anything. It's for you guys to see the impact of the connection practice in my life. I'm really just using this as a tool to document my life, especially when it comes to the connection practice. It's been helping me make major life decisions in my life. And it's such a weird time right now with COVID and, mental health, as far as mine go, and others as well. But, I can only speak on me. But just in the large span of things, and also life is just changing at a rapid pace every single day. So I really want to be able to document that, but also show you guys how I cope with stress. And I do it by using the connection practice. Yes. So today's video is entitled Letting Go and Moving On from a Relationship. Now, I wasn't really specific when I said relationships. This can be a romantic relationship. This can be a platonic relationship. This could even be, a relationship amongst family members. There's many different forms of relationships, obviously. And with this video, I wanted to show, what I've been going through in my life and the relationship I'm specifically talking about, but also show the power of the connection practice and how we can use it to solve conflicts when it comes to dealing with others. So, are you ready for story time? Okay, so here we go. Monday, I was off from work, right? I had the day off. Actually, I wasn't just off. I asked for the day off because, obviously my channel is on mental health and I champion mental health. And there's been some mental health battles, they come up from time to time, in my life. They come up for everybody. But specifically with me, it's usually looks like it's in the form of overloading myself with work, taking on too many challenges, and just needing to step back from the world a bit and just, breathe, just breathe. But for some reason, I was really struggling that day because I feel like there was this gray cloud over me. Do you guys ever feel like there's a moment in your day or your week where you're just experiencing like low-key depression, but you don't necessarily know what it is, And it's not heavy. It's not like super heavy, but it's one of those things that it'll start out small and it'll just get bigger and bigger. Well, that definitely was me. It was your boy because I was struggling so much that day. It started out really small and, as the day progressed, it just got worse. And at first I was thinking, maybe it's just me needing rest, but I took a nap in the middle of the day and I still was experiencing that dark, kind of depressed energy vibe. And I just knew something was off, something just felt off. Since I've been doing the connection practice for quite a while, for a couple of months now, It's kind of like my go-to whenever I have conflicts with anything or with anybody. I just want to sit there and figure it out because it allows me to identify my feelings, to identify my needs, but to also identify the insight that I need to move forward past that conflict. So it's kind of the go-to at this point because it's my own, it's not a substitute for therapy, but it's my own therapeutic way of looking at a situation from an unbiased standpoint, but also allows me to think in a much clearer, focused stance. For those of you guys who do not know, this is a connection practice board. On this board, it kind of allows you to have a visual aid and all that other stuff when it comes to looking at the connection practice and to really be able to put your things down, on pretty much writing. And I know it sounds really silly because everything is done in the digital age and, having a visual model here in the digital age is kind of not progressive, not seen as progressive. And that was my opinion when I first started using this. I was like, is there an app for this? Yeah. But upon learning it and using it every day, it is so much better to be able to write things out. It's kind of like the same with journaling. You can journal, in your notes, on your phone, if you have an iPhone or even in your Android. But journaling physically with a pencil or pen on a notepad is a completely different experience. And it allows you to voice so much more than what you thought you could, if that makes sense. So anyway, back to the story. As I was sitting with kind of this gray cloud over my head, I started using the connection practice. And the first thing I did was write down my challenge, which was feeling depressed and not knowing why. Because that was the $1 million question at hand that I could not, for the love of God, figure out at all. So the first part of me going through the connection practice board was identifying my feelings. Now this part is super crucial because it allows me to kind of voice how I feel, which is so necessary when you're going through this, because I think so many of us are so used to just saying,
I feel this way, I feel that way.
But we don't really go through the actual steps, the actual things that we are truly feeling and dissect them and look at them and really claim them, because there's power in claiming things. I know people are a little weary of that because it's admitting that they're weak or vulnerable or any of that. But I truly believe you cannot move forward until you actually see the situation for what it is. And this board allows you to do just that. So as I'm sitting there and I'm doing the board, I put down as my feelings uncertain, frustrated, stressed, hurt, lonely, torn, worried, and confused. And for me, it was all of these emotions kind of wrapped up in one, and trying to really get a grasp on what exactly was I feeling. And for me, it's really easy because it comes with a bunch of emotion magnets here that kind of help you name your feelings a lot easier if you're just not one of those people that is, I know for me, I don't always use the right language for how I'm feeling. And a lot of times I sugarcoat stuff because I don't need people to know how vulnerable I am. I don't even want to claim those things, but it's so important to claim things. I cannot stress this enough. Saying that you feel hurt, saying that you feel confused, saying that you feel lonely, not only allows you to see the situation for what it is, but move past it. And this is exactly what this step of the board is really used for, to name, identify what you're feeling, and move past it. So now that I name my feelings, we're going to move past it and get to my needs, because that will ultimately get me to the solution that I need. So for my needs, I put down empathy, appreciation, seen for who I am, emotional safety, connection, and peace. These were the things that I identified that I desperately needed. And out of those needs, our next step would be to pick the main need from that bunch. And for me, the main need that rung true to me was connection. I felt like this is something that I was kind of leaning towards, and I just felt like my heart was leading me to kind of pick connection, because connection is just, it's something that I've been wanting more of. And it's not that I don't have it, but I wanted it specifically from a certain area. And I didn't know exactly where that area was. So obviously, I still have some uncertainty here because I know I need connection, but I don't necessarily know how or the specifics when it comes to connection or any of that stuff, which will lead me into the next step of the connection practice, which is going into quick coherence to gain an heart-brain insight. I know, it's a lot of jargon and stuff, but stay with me, y'all. Stay with me, okay? I got you, because this is a good story. I got you. So just to give you guys a quick rundown here, quick coherence is broken down into 3 steps: heart focus, heart breathing, and heart feeling of appreciation. And when you are doing those 3 steps, you are becoming in line with your heart and with your brain, which allows you to think with your best intelligence, which is otherwise known as receiving a heart-brain insight. So as I'm focusing on my heart breathing, and starting to feel appreciation, specifically from my mom. I have a soft spot for my mom. I come with an insight instantly. And that insight is, you still miss your best friend. My best friend and I actually stopped being friends a couple of months ago. This was a really, really, really good friend in my life. I really hated it, how our friendship ended. I'm not going to go into detail about it too much because, I'm a private kind of guy. But I will say that the impact of our friendship ending had such a toll on me because I was also dealing with other friendships ending. And this is one of those friendships that I thought will be a lifelong type of friendship. I never expected us to end the way we did. Like, it just was very sudden. And there's moments that come up. And one thing that I didn't realize was my friend posted a photo. And, I'm weird. If I'm not talking to you anymore, I don't even want to like your photos anymore on Instagram. Like, that's just how I am. I feel like it's probably best to kind of cut that contact, but that's a me thing, right? That's just me. But seeing, them living their life and kind of missing, just the camaraderie and the friendship that we had really started to kind of weigh down on me. And I didn't realize how big of a weight this really was. So much so that I woke up, the next day after seeing the photos with this weird, depressing cloud over me. So as I received my first insight on connection, I also received another insight on connection. And it was another audible voice coming directly from my heart. And I just heard it so loud and clear say, "Let this connection go. It is broken." And my heart dropped, y'all. It dropped to the freaking floor when I heard that. Because, obviously, we haven't been talking for months. But the realization of that still takes some adjusting. You know what I'm saying? Especially when someone's been in your life for so long and they've been a prominent figure throughout your life, So as soon as I heard that, it was just like, obviously there was some level of peace when I heard it. Because it's coming from a centered space, And I feel like whenever you're hearing something from a centered space, it never comes from a place of fear or intimidation or negativity. It's always from a positive space. And I just knew, in order for me to truly move forward in life, I have to let this connection go because I'm holding on to something that's not bringing me what the future holds for me. Does that make sense? I'm really holding on to something that is dead, that doesn't work for me anymore. And I'm risking all that I have in front of me, all that is ahead of me. So I really needed to let this go. This concept of letting go and moving on from relationships is a constant theme in my life. There's people constantly entering and constantly leaving. The door is always in and out. And it's not just that way in my life, but it's that way in many other people's lives, which is why I'm making this video. I am feeling so much better now, you guys. It's been a couple of days. I actually haven't had any moments of depression. I've been really upbeat, really energized. I didn't realize how much of a toll that was taking on me that I just allowed to enter into my life. But I feel so much better after doing the connection practice and really be able to work through my feelings, my needs, and to be direct in that process and to receive that insight that I needed to move forward. Y'all, if this is something that you really want for yourself, if you're interested in the boards or any of that, you can DM me, or I highly suggest you head over to theconnectionpractice.org. It's a whole website that gives you a rundown and then some on the connection practice, testimonials, being able to order boards if that's something that interests you, hooking you up with a trainer or a coach that can walk you through those steps. Definitely go check it out. And with that said, beautiful people of the interwebs, that is it for today's video. I really just wanted to share the connection practice with you guys and this story, because even though it sounds really small, it sounds really like not a big deal for some people, I'm all about spreading the wealth when it comes to introducing resources to better one's mental health. That is my purpose. That is what I feel fulfilled doing on this earth. And let me tell you, the connection practice, bro, sis, this is it. This is the next step for you, because it allows you to see the situation for what it is and use your best intelligence. This is really something I see exploding in like the next few months. Mark my words. Definitely check it out if you can. And with that said, you guys, love, peace, and chicken grease. And I'll check you later. Bye.